Hey guys, this is NOELonPC, head of the Experimental Research Division here at the Kerbal Space Program. Now today is a very exciting day because they have apparently launched, yep, there it is, Career Mode. Career Mode is finally here, so I thought, why not give it a shot? Which one of these looks like it would be our flag? If we were a real space program, probably something like that, eh? Yeah, let's do the satellite. Do we build satellites? We don't really build satellites, though. Trees. There we go. Because we're nature people. Call this null. And we'll start. So the premise being, of course, that you have to kind of build up your research program to sort of unlock stuff. Oh, research, R&D. There we go. Okay, so we are an infantile, we're like cavemen throwing rocks up in the air. But I only need 5 more science, and we'll unlock some bigger fuel tanks, a mystery goo containment unit, oh, and a stack decoupler. Right on. Okay, so let's just quickly pound out a rocket. All right, not many options here. We got that one, and that's it. We get, well, again, not many options. We get that thing. Is that, I can't seriously be at, oh my god, okay. So we're gonna just get something up into space and parachute back down. I guess that's kind of the short end here, is we're going to go somewhat suborbital temporarily and then just parachute in. There we go. Okay, oh, we'll put one of these on. Why not? Just in case there's a more parts equals more experience. Yeah, sure, why not? Does that look like it's on the top? Damn near perfect. Okay, and there's nothing else in here? Really? That's all you're going to give me? That's pathetic. Okay, well. Oh, yeah, I guess I could, theoretically, do this, and then this. Yeah, just to really get some oomph. Some oomph. That look good? That looks pretty fucking good to me. That's pretty badass. All right, and the staging. Get the staging all set up. What the fuck is this? What does this mean? Capsule? Capsule. Okay, I guess I'll put that at the end. I don't know what that is yet. Too many new things. Too many new things. Okay, so here we go. We're on the launch pad. Now let's hope this thing doesn't noodle all over the place. It's looking good. Got a little bit of noodling down at the bottom, but we can combat that by just throttling down, I think. What? Look at it go. It's actually getting worse, even though there's no thrust. Okay, so we are going to have to take off all those side rockets until, at least until we get some kind of decoupler system, because that doesn't even make sense. That I can take, you know, like I took a bunch of the gas tanks and an engine and stuck it to the side. Well, why is it only at the top that it's adhesed to the fuel tanks, the fuselage, the main fuselage? Those satellite tanks around the outside should be stuck to that main body from top to bottom. There should be no noodling. That just doesn't make sense. The game should really implement a thing where you have to tell it where the contact points are, and if you want contact points top to bottom, you can do that without using decouplers. But that noodling is just stupid. It doesn't even make sense. So let's just get this guy up. Get him up nice and high. I'm going to try and be fuel efficient to try and get as much altitude as I can. What I'm thinking is we'll just go straight up and straight down. Actually, because of that, I really want the highest speed possible. As soon as we get through this thick, soupy atmosphere of air, we'll be able to pick up some serious speed. Everything getting smaller in the distance. They've definitely really been working hard on the graphics, the sort of the texturing and everything looks really good nowadays. Many of you may or may not remember it from the very beginning when it was very crude. So I'm glad to see Kerbal Space Program doing the right thing, the company that makes it, of course, doing the right thing to really keep things fresh and new. You know, unlike most games that just put the shit out and then stop. Diablo 3. You know, it'd be nice to see a lot more parts coming in with each update. We'll see maybe a part or two. I think one update had like 3 or 4 new parts. It would be nice to see, you know, a lot more in that sense. But I'm patient. I'm not picky. Alright, we got lots of resources left. Lots and lots of resources left. Things are good. We've got lots of altitude. We've got lots of fuel left. So now we're almost suborbital. As far as height is concerned, I believe suborbital you have to actually be on some kind of an angular trajectory, a parabolic arc of some kind. We are basically just going in a straight line straight up, and we're going to fall straight back down as soon as that speed hits 0 and we're out of fuel. Gravity of the Earth will pull us back down, but of course we'll probably hit the ocean. I can't tell which way the Earth is rotating as of current. Hi, Hugo. You gonna jump up? Hey, buddy. My cat has come to give us a high five. You gonna give me a high five? Good boy. Yes, that's the mic stand. Don't sniff that. Don't sniff that. Thank you, buddy. You gonna sit? Good boy. That's your chair. Good boy. Okay, so there we go. We got space. You can tell by the cool space music. So that's got to be worth something. Oh, we can, let's see, can we like, oh, okay, so you can extend it and then transmit data. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Hey, don't bite the mic stand. Bad kitty. Get down. You can go away now. Thank you. Cat gnawing on my new mic stand. Thanks a lot. I'm sure Blue would really appreciate that. All right, there we go. Transmitted. Now, oh, and it goes down automatically. They thought of everything. Okay, we are still going up really fast. Oh my. As George Takei would say. Oh, we're gonna hit land. That's good. Okay. Oh my. And we're just gonna really speed this up because, frankly, I'm patient to a point. We are flying. There we go, hitting air, getting a lot of resistance. Particles are heating up. The friction of the air against the machinery. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, oh no, oh no. Well, that was awkward. So what happened there was, obviously our attack angle was just way too steep. And we want to be way down there somewhere where the parachutes can actually open. Landing on a mountain was not advantageous to us receiving any science points. So, once again, let's just shoot for the moon, and even if we miss, we'll land in the stars. But we are, of course, going to roll over this time and actually go for a proper spatial thingamajigger. Alright, so you'll notice I'm full throttle this time. No pussying around. We're going to just shoot this fucker. We're going to launch this bitch. That's right. Come on. There we go. So we got a nice little bit of rollover just to start that angular velocity. Turn some of this vertical velocity into lateral velocity. Let's keep an eye on resources, because that's going to be an issue. Now that I just full throttled all the way to 400 meters per second, we'll back off a bit, try and save some of this. It probably won't take long before we get enough science points and unlock enough stuff to get a nice orbit going. But, I mean, for it being in its infancy, getting a Kerbal up that far into space, you know, like we were at like something like 300,000 meters away from Earth. That would be a big step for the initial phases of a rocket program. So I call it a success, even though Buddy crashed and died. I still call that a little bit of a success. Now, we're up very high, so we're going to do a big rollover. And really start getting some orbit on. So we got an apoapsis getting out into the 100,000 plus. Just going to do full throttle until we're out of gas. And there we go. All right, so we're going to land in the ocean. I'm not too concerned with it. These pods float. Well, they used to float in the old versions. I'm presuming they still float today. There we go. So we are at the mercy of gravity. Oh, let's do a transmit. Send, I don't know what kind of data they'd be gathering up here. Maybe like how fed the astronaut is. I don't know. Extendo, transmito, el dano. There we go. Okay. All right, starting to fall, gathering up a lot of speed. The attack angle is much more shallow this time, so we should shed off a lot of that speed when we hit the atmosphere, which will be any second. All right, here comes the first layer. I don't know, the Kerbal sphere, we'll call it. Okay. At 12,000 meters, 10,000 meters, shedding a lot of speed. I want to see that speed get down to like 300 or 400 before I even think about opening the chute. You'll notice it's much easier now because we did a shallow attack angle. We spend more time in that heavy, soupy air. So we can slow way down. Look at this. We're at 167. And still, that speed is falling. It's beautiful. I'll deploy it now, just for the sake of deploying it, really. Making sure it gets out. Making sure it deploys properly. It also helps with the slowing down process, even that little bit of resistance from the closed parachute. And there we are. Okay, so we'll just do a little fast forward, hit the water. Oh my god, come on. Come on, water world. Sploosh. Okay. It just ate. Jesus. Where'd the rest of it go? Like, the Kraken ate it. Okay. So now we can just recover the vessel. Beautiful. And we should get a nice payout of science points. There we go. Okay, because we gathered some data, we got an extra point. I think. I don't know how to read this yet. We earned 8. 1 experiment recovered. Recovery value somewhere of a flight. Plus 8 science. Good stuff. Okay, so I'm sure we got the extra point. So we got 7 science points and the extra for the data. So data gathering is crucial. Absolutely crucial. And now we can make our first upgrade. Cool. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Ooh, 20. Not liking that. 18 and 15. Okay. We do not need any of that crap. We need that for the radial decoupler. So we're going for 18 points. So now we fly based on some new parts. Good, because the old stock parts fucking sucked balls. Okay. So we have a coupler somewhere. There we go. A decoupler. Shit. Okay. Just trying to think a few moves ahead here, guys. I am going to do some kind of sort of, not necessarily like an asparagus staging, because we don't have the gas line, the fuel line thingamajigger, so I can't do asparagus staging per se. But we're going to kind of cheat it because we have the radial decouplers and these thingamajiggers. No, up higher. Yep, check. I'm going to point some of these down. Bingo. Oh, no, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna float my boat, yo. Yeah, you can all see what I'm getting at now. Let's just do something rudimentary, something rather simple, just like so. Now, really like to sort of connect these. Oh my God, that worked. Haha, yep, okay. So that's kind of what I was going for. And now I'm hoping to do the same thing with these. Sort of essentially, if you can't tell, I'm trying to use these as... Oh, come on. I'm trying to use these as struts to sort of give the whole structure a tiny bit of rigidity. I don't think that's going to work, but let's... Oh, sorry, I didn't set up the staging. I'll just quickly do that on the launch pad because, again, we're just doing this for the points. So it's not super relevant how we get this crud set up. Yeah, that's basically exactly as I'd want it. Okay, let's see what happens. Oh, okay. You'll notice we left something behind. So, just for the sake of the points, we'll just ride this out, because it does seem to be a success. It's not noodling. The legs are staying nice and straight. So as long as we can keep that... Yeah, I have a feeling as long as we take out like one of these fuel sections at the bottom here, that middle engine should be up off the ground enough. I think what happened is it got all bent and cockeyed. There we go. Yeah, the engine got a little bent from holding all the weight of the entire rocket structure. Transmitting data. Done. Okay, let's just quickly end this. I'll reset up the staging so we don't have to do it again. And I will fix that broken engine, because you can't get into space without rockets. That's just rocket science. Cool. Keeps all my stuff there. Okay. Focus, Noel. Focus. I earned 8 points for that. Fuck yeah. So you could really, you theoretically could just farm the shit out of tiny flights like I just did, just over and over again, get eight points at a time, but we are not major exploiters here. We're like amateur exploiters. There we go. That looks way better. Okay, let's try this. I didn't do staging again, because I'm a total fuck up, and I love forgetting crap. Especially crap I just talk about. Okay, check. Check, check, and check. Okay, so here we go. So again, everything looks really good. The structure is rigid. It's holding a straight up pattern because the engines are nice and evenly distributed. We've got a nice distribution of aerodynamics all the way around. It's very unilateral, multilateral, bilateral, quadlateral. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking for. It's got great aerodynamics, so it's flying true, even without the vectoring. So yeah, this thing should have, I would say this thing should have not much problem getting a nice orbit going, actually. All depends on how much speed we can hold Getting out of this soupy, oxygeny, neon-y, argon-y atmosphere. I forgot hydrogen-y. Let me know if I'm forgetting anything else. It's been a long time since I was in grade 11 science class. Where's that grade 8? Yeah, grade 8, I think. Learning about the atmosphere and the clouds, the stratospheres and the cumulonimbuses. Nimbusi? Nimbusi? Nimbusi. Cumulonimbusi? Yeah, fuck it. Alright, so we're at 15,000 meters. Let's start rolling this bitch. Looking good. Looking good. Yeah, hi, buddy. You're not going to chew on the mic stand again, are you? Hugo? You going to chew on the mic stand again? You better not. That's right, you better not. Silly cat. Okay, there we go. Let's take a peek. So basically, we're just hoping to get this thing in an orbit. I don't know if that's going to give us more points. Frankly, I mean, it fucking should. If it doesn't, I'm going to be pissed off. But upon closer inspection, I don't think it's going to happen. A, we're way too shallow. B, we definitely don't have enough fuel left. Yeah, no, we do not have enough fuel left. But, again, we're going to get another 8 points. We are one step closer to getting to the next stage. Our next developmentally challenged stage. Because we are fuck-ups. Alright, so we're just going to, as usual, just boot her. Oh. Get her down into the ocean or whatever. There we go. We just hit our apoapsis. Now we are in the midst of falling. Very slowly. This is a very shallow orbit, as you can tell. So again, we're going to have no problem shutting off a lot of the speed. We might even hit land. Who knows? Yep, we are definitely going to hit land. That's it coming up there. We might come up a little short, actually. Depends on how much we skim off the atmosphere. Okay, so we're probably going to hit the drink, but that's okay. It is okay. Because in the real world, NASA's always waiting with the boat. Forgot to transmit data. There we go. Transmitting. Now, I'm not sure why, but we're falling at 6 meters a second. Last time it was 11, I think. Not sure why there'd be a difference. But we'll let it go. We'll let it go. There might be a bit of randomosity just to, keep things interesting. Who knows? If you know, tell me. All right, yet another vehicle recovered. Yet another successful 8 points. No, 0.8. What's going on here? How does this work? Let's take a peek. Yeah, I still only have 8 science points. Okay, so I didn't accomplish anything that second time because I guess we didn't do anything differently. So we have to get an orbit. We just have to. So we're gonna need a ton of propellant. And a ton of fuel. Come on, Dick Cheese. Come on. Yeah, there you go. Is that better? Frankly, I think that's as good as it's gonna get. Yeah, hi, buddy. Are you watching? What do you think I should do, Hugo? Well, Hugo, I can't put canards on it until I unlock the canards. Yeah, no, the engine's vector, so we can turn a little bit. And I have autopilot, so it's all good. My cat doesn't know what he's talking about. drunk. Go on, cat, you're drunk. Alright, it's slow getting started. We're pushing a lot of weight. That's always an issue. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen that speed get up a lot higher before we do this. See, I can barely move the weight of this rocket, let alone gather up enough speed to actually burst through the atmosphere. Got a little bit of lean on. We've got full throttle, we're barely going anywhere. So this is kind of an embarrassing failure, but whatevs. Transmit data. Why not? Done. Transmit data. Done. Transmit data. Done. Transmit data. Done. Alright, let's see if that 4 transmit data's got us any more money, I guess, or experience. I don't know what you want to call it. Science. Science. Alright, we want to see this apoapsis get way out into the, like, 80, 90, 100,000 range, maybe. 70, 80 minimum. And we also do want to be kind of slowly rolling over until that apoapsis gets to at least, as I said, 60, 70, 80, somewhere in there is where I like to. I always try and shoot for at least 80, 90, 100,000 for my orbits, but that's when I have the luxury of all the parts. Since I do not have that currently, we're going to shoot low, probably like 60 or 70, somewhere in there. Back off to a point of a holding pattern. All right, we're getting enough height. Now it's just about turning this arc into a circle. Okay, that looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do actually is cut and fast forward. Because way out here, there's not a lot of resistance. So yes, we're losing speed, but we're keeping our fuel count in reserve for when we hit about here. And now, without the resistance of the Earth's pull, I mean, it's still there. It's just not as strong in this manner, in this dimension. So at full throttle, we can really push this thing, hopefully, into some kind of an orbit. Yes. Jebediah is doing fine. Everything's looking good. It's good. Definitely not going to get any kind of an actual orbit here. Once again. Fuck. Okay. But what we're going to do is we're going to fucking cheat. Because I'm a filthy cheater. I have hyperedit. And it can I don't know how to use hyperedit, but I use it to refuel resources every once in a while in my practice rounds. Almost got an orbit here. It's going to be a real simple one, and then we're just going to do a revolution and then plunge it down anywhere. and just bank the science. Just to bank the science. It's a big orbit. Okay, fuck. 35. That's still too shallow. I think that'll skim across the atmosphere. We don't want the periapsis to be too low. That's the closest point to the Earth. Because if you're too close, if you start hitting that soupy atmosphere, it's going to air brake you, and you're just going to plummet right down. So, apparently, this is as good a place as any to just book it. So we are going up again. Perfect. Okay. So, I don't know why I don't have more than 4 times zoom. This doesn't make sense. Usually when you have throttle down... Oh, is it SAS? No, it wasn't the SAS. What is it that's stopping me from being able to actually zoom? I don't want to maneuver. I just want to zoom more than 4 speed. This doesn't make sense. What's going on? If you know why this is happening, please tell me so it doesn't happen in the future. But I can't zoom more than the 4 time as if I've got the throttle on. Oh, there we go. Just out of nowhere. Self-fixed itself. So let's just do a real fast zippity-doo-dah. That's why I was too close. Okay. Because the approach is within probably 50,000 meters or something. It doesn't like that. So, see about shedding some of this speed. To slow down just enough to catch the atmosphere. It didn't take much, about 500 meters a second or so, maybe 1,000 meters a second. I wasn't really paying attention, but shedding a little bit of speed makes an awful lot of difference. Now again, I really don't want to end up in the mountains. I'd rather shoot out to sea, actually. So I'm going to try and just punt myself out that way a little bit here. Oh, okay. Perfect. All right, hurry up and hit the ground. So I can bank the science. Beautiful. Okay. I don't know if I did a transmitted data. I think I did. If not, there's another one. Again, falling at 6.7 meters this time. Seems to kind of be a little random every time. There's my shadow. Boink. Okay. That was a good first day of Kerbal Space Program, and we got just enough points. So an orbit was worth quite a bit of experience, and we are going to buy... There we go. So what do we have access to next time? Struts. That's basically, yeah, this package is a must. You got the launch stability enhancer, a must. Strut connectors, a must. That helps a lot. The tricoupler lets you actually build some pretty tricky ones. Inline reaction wheel. Oh, okay. So I think it's a spin stabilizer, essentially. We got the Sputnik probe, we got the cockpit, and the wing. Yeah, tough call. I think we're going to go general construction for sure on the next one. 45 business points, because nothing in here really tickles my fancy all that much. None of this stuff's really necessary. Solid fuel boosters are just annoying. They go full throttle. You can't throttle them back if you start getting noodly. So yeah, okay guys. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna call this day 1 a success. I'm gonna wipe my hands clean. So guys, what I encourage you to do is, of course, follow the link in the drop down there and give me a sub or a like or a comment. Anything helps, really. It all helps us rank, lets more users see us. The more people see us, the more people we play with, the more people give me suggestions on games, because frankly, it's been very slow lately. So guys, until next time, you know what to do. Cheers.